Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. This is Darth Ravage07 coming to you today with another awesome quick review. Real quick, I just want to say thank you again to the 340 folks that have subscribed. Thank you so very, very much. Sorry I've been a little bit out of commission here lately. I have been on the hunt for a couple of figures, and in that hunt I found one of the two that I found, and found several other ones I'll be reviewing on the channel coming up. It's amazing. You go looking for one or two things and then find all these others. But let's get to the meat and potatoes and why you came here today. Looking for Gnaw. I actually found this guy. Number 75 in the Studio Series. It is Jolt from Revenge of the Fallen. And there's Jolt on the front of the box with his electro whips there. Some good artwork on the side if you're into that kind of thing. On the back, big screen inspired. Short bio if you want to zoom in and pause and get that one right there. There it is. And a special note is he's got some GM licensing. He's an official licensed product of GM. He changes in 23 steps. And that's about going to do it for that. And there's that side of the box. Anyway, let's crack this guy open and see how cool he really is. Thanks again for watching. In 3, 2, 1. And what comes with Jolt outside of the box when you get him out of his cardboard and plastic prison. This is actually a backdrop setting, which we'll get to in a second. You got small parts and warnings for children in 26 languages we don't really care for. And then we got the obligatory instructions. And Jolt is number 75 in the series. And they're done in red and black. It shows you the 27 steps. How to get Mr. Jolt from that robot mode to his electrifying car mode. Boom. With the electric whips out there on the sides, which I'll probably never ever display like that. And shows you other weapons configurations there. All that said and done, let's look closer here. And this guy was from toward the end of the movie, and when they were in the desert, Jetfire warping around, doing stuff, being cool and awesome. Sticks the landing has a problem for those that hadn't seen it. I'll let you watch it and figure it out on your own. Here in comes this new character, Jolt, and he's first impression of the box. He looks kind of nice. He's got some nice painted detail. We'll go through, and Kibblelicious comes to mind. So we're going to pull this aside because this is the glaring thing. These backdrops that come with this are supposed to be movie accurate. It does say, I want to say Revenge of the Fallen, this actually looks like one of the nightmare escapes from Dark of the Moon, Chicago downtown battle scene. So I'm sure somewhere it got jumbled up. So Jolt actually comes with another Dark of the Moon backdrop versus a Revenge of the Fallen one. And here is the hard plastic electro whips that come with him. And we'll get those on his robot mode and display here in just a moment. Thanks again for watching. We're going to put this back up and get Jolt on the turntable. Thank you again for watching. Okay. Thoughts collected and stuff. He is exactly, like I said, extremely Kibblelicious out of the box. Let's get him going around on the rotation here. Turning around on the round table, you can see all the good kibble. We're going to use his finger to point at this, and I'll go into that later. He's Kibblelicious on his shoulders, his back, everywhere. He has... I don't know how this guy's going to be able to be moved and posed, to be honest. I just don't know how, see how all that's going to work out in the future there. He has some extremely good paint detail back here on the chest. And like I said, I mean, you can see there's just not a whole lot of room unless this was mistransformed out of box. I've not transformed this guy yet. All these are definitely first impressions out of the box. But not sure even where the articulation's at in this guy. So we're going to pause this right here and go through the articulation from head down. So looks like he's got a ball joint to it. He can look up that much and up and down. He can look that far to the right, look that far to the left, because there's some hindrance right here with a tab that I think I pop that head off and shave the back of the head off to give it a little bit more. But then again, is it worth it that way? I don't know. His arms can go up that high, and kibble ensues. They can go out this wide. It's got an elbow bend. It's got an upper bicep swivel, and the hands don't rotate or pivot. But of note that this thing will pop off right here, and then there's an extension of his thumbs. Whenever you see the scene in the movies, Jolt, electrify, boom, there it is, guys. It's his thumb that jumps off of there and sticks into, one spot, and then the other thumb goes the other way and sticks to the other spot. And these actually store right here on the door. And it just is it's almost a nightmare kind of scenario of we can do the pose from the movie, but at the expense of losing the other parts of his thumb if you don't get it pegged in there good. Boom. So that said, there's that pose with his weapons. Gonna go back into his articulation once I replace the thumbs back. That screams it's getting ready to get lost. So that'll be a pose I put on the shelf between two characters. We'll see later. Back into his articulation again. We do have some waist swivel, but hindered again by kibble. And there's not a whole lot you can do with the kibble there. The leg will go out that far. We'll go back that far. And has knee bend and some rotation there at the bottom. No rockers. And you see how that works out. And a reverse ab crunch, I guess a transformation joint. So there's that piece there. So I mean, if you get it up there, then you got plenty of waist swivel. But you're breaking the mold then. So anyway, let's so first impressions out of the box with all the kibble. Don't see how you can do all this and play. Anyway, we're going to try to get this guy into his car mode and see if it stacks up better. And although I don't do the transformation on camera, I will let you know about that on the flip side. Thanks again for watching. One moment please when we get into car mode. And here is Jolt in his car mode. And we'll get the turntable spinning. As you can see, it's a Chevy GM licensed, I think it's the Volt car. It's a totally electric car. And it's got some silver rearview mirrors and some good detailing. You got the logo all looking pretty there. And you got the painted rims. It rolls okay. And is the epitome of a licensed product shell former. And all these things do tab in and do super well there to keep the thing from being broke up. But if any of these tabs break, you lose the car mode. This whole top piece is clear plastic, as you can see. And if you look closer, you can see his head right there. Visible head syndrome through the tent. And he looks like he's just hanging out there in the back seat. I mean, he's just... Anyway, here's how the bottom works out. For those that are interested. Get into my final thoughts here. Oh, and before the final thoughts, I'll never put these on the side of the car. That just looks dumb, dorky, and And anyway, this is more if you're in robot mode and you're displaying between the two pieces. This is what that's for. I don't know if I might even sell these one day because I just don't know. I thought I would like this a lot more, but here it is. I mean, the car mode looks fun, looks great. When you get into robot mode, you got so much kibble that you can't really get him into any good kind of poses. What articulation he does have is very hindered by the kibble. And while that's kind of like a thing, I just thought it could be even better thought out, seeing some other versions of Studio Series and whatnot. With all that said and done, Jolt is a completionist task check mark. Car mode looks great and it's great. It's fun. Robot mode is just got its limitations due to all the kibble and the shelf formery. I think, like I said, it could have been better put together where stuff folds up inside of the arms or the legs and forms the back part instead of leaving some hollowness. And I may do an update video if I find out this guy's a little bit more fun. I am going to recreate a movie pose and have that up on X Fun Shots, hopefully in the not too distant future here. So thanks again for watching. All those that are looking for him, he's out there now. He's part of the Gnaw wave, and or Gnaw has like his own wave. Got this guy at Target. He came with Bumblebee 74. That's the Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, which is appropriate since it's a Revenge of the Fallen figure. And he also comes with a repack of 86 Studio Series movie Jazz, which leads me to believe it's either Studio Series Jazz packed in with the Gnaw and or anyway, it makes more sense for the Revenge of the Fallen guys to be packed in together. Y'all have an excellent, safe day out there. Till all are one.